Starting today, transgender women will no longer be able to compete in women's swimming events. The policy changed overnight, and it was announced overnight as well. It's drawing praise and criticism today. Here's ABC's Juju Chang.
A bombshell ruling in the world of international sports. As of this morning, the swimming world's governing body, FINA, effectively banning transgender athletes from competing in women's events. The organization voting that it will only allow women who have transitioned by age 12 to compete in international races like the Olympics.
Leah Thomas pulling away,
leaving out athletes like one of the sport's rising stars, 23-year-old Leah Thomas. The swimmer became the first known transgender athlete to win a Division I national title. Thomas, who began her transition as a sophomore at UPenn, speaking out recently for the first time on GMA.
There are some who look at the data and suggest that you're enjoying a competitive advantage. What do you say to that?
There's a lot of factors that go into a race and how well you do. And the biggest change for me is that I'm happy. And sophomore year, where I had my best times competing with the men, I was miserable. And so having that be lifted is incredibly relieving and allows me to put my all into training, into racing.
Some of the critics would say, oh, you transitioned in order to be successful.
Trans people don't transition for athletics. We transition to be happy and authentic and our true selves. Transitioning to get an advantage is not something that ever factors into our decisions.
You didn't transition to win more medals.
No.
But a FINA spokesperson telling the AP that according to the scientists they consulted, if you transition after the start of puberty, you have an advantage, which is unfair. While the science is still evolving, some medical experts say the effects of higher testosterone during male puberty may never be fully erased.
What are the physical aspects that trans women may not be able to roll back with hormone therapy?
Obviously, issues related to body size, airway size, hand size, foot size, perhaps bone density, and so forth. But I think the main thing is just the interactions of exercise training and skeletal muscle.
Thomas, now a college grad headed to law school, telling ABC News that she had held out hope.
Are there Olympics in your future?
It's been a goal of mine to swim at Olympic trials for a very long time, and I would love to see that through.
FINA now considering creating a separate group for trans athletes, calling it a, quote, open competition category. But allies and activists like Skylar Baylor, the first openly transgender NCAA Division I swimmer, calling the decision exclusive and transphobic.
In order to exclude the trans women, you have to police all women's bodies, and that will lead to the destruction of the women's category. Trans women are not a threat to women's sports. Transphobia is.